Yeah, we need to clip that.
To loosen it here.
Box first, what do you think?
Yeah, always.
That's the moisture box.
Now, what's the cloth for? Just to soak up moisture?
Yeah, so when, you know, it's very warm inside the hive, and when it's cold outside,
Yeah, see
the moisture condenses. There's lots of bees there. Moisture condenses on the lid and drips down on the bees, and you know they get so soggy and cold. And
That's probably what killed mine.
well,
Or
that's
part of what killed
it's
mine.
probably part of it. So putting a moisture box on top with a screen and filling with something that will absorb the moisture is a good idea in our climates.
how often do you need to change that out so it doesn't like get moldy and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, maybe once or twice in the winter.
Okay.
That's kind of how I have to do it. But okay, so there's a lot of burr comb here on the wall. Okay. We have all the frames to one side, and there's too much of a space here, and they filled it. There's also brace comb in between the frames. There's bees on every frame in the box, so that looks great.
Very populated.
I don't know, what do you think, John?
Right there up in the honey. So I take that box off. Look at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Look for some swarm cells, maybe,
Yeah.
because they're
It
so
looks
full.
like they're laying up in this part.
Pretty much all honey up there on the top.
I think so.
On
Looks,
top of here.
Okay, not okay.
looks like mostly honey on the top.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's got quite a bit. They got a lot of feed. Whoops.
Start your hand.
Oh my goodness.
Top right there.
Yeah, they're starting on one.
Wow.
Nice brood. There's kept brood.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Right there on this frame, there's kept brood. See the clean cup?
Oh yeah.
Right there. There's a clean cup. You know, because in here, it doesn't look like it.
Eggs in it. One I took apart today had eggs in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I kind of took the top box off,
Yeah.
packed it down to a hive. It's really weak. Yeah.
These guys are a little small. Yeah, look at these beautiful bees.
I don't think the hive I had ever had that many bees in it. We left this one.
This one was always a
Well, we left the bottom on this one up.
See what looks like.
Okay.
I don't know. No, probably
You
usually
want
they.
help with that?
I think they got it. This one's pretty light here. No, not quite.
You're gonna scrape off with a purple. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna scrape off that burr comb.
Okay.
I have a little carton here to put it in.
You can save that burr comb and use it in your melter to coat your hives with it later inside.
Yeah, or you can use it to put
Wait.
into your swarm trap to
Yep. Yeah.
attract the swarm, because it smells like.
Wintertime they usually move in the top box. If that's food in there.
Alright. Pollen with some nectar. They're bringing nectar. Lots of excited bees.
So the pollen is
See that orange stuff in the
orange ones
frames?
down
That's pollen. Yeah, it's
Okay.
full. And the nectar, you can see it's kind of like water
Okay.
here.
And
right?
those are some larvae there.
No, there's no larvae this is a supply frame. It makes it a little bit easier because it's gonna make some more room here for me to move the frames without squishing bees. I don't think there's a queen on that frame, but you never know, she could be. So we're gonna just...
Most likely in the top one, you never know.
Alright, so I'm gonna break the propolis between the frames and move these. Check this frame, see what's going on in it. Okay, I don't see any brood, I see pollen. Mostly it's empty, there's no honey whatsoever. We're bringing in nectar.
Okay.
And we're getting pollen here and nectar. See them eating? Yeah. Tiny little grubs. Yeah, so young larvae. Do you see them wrestle?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we have brood in this box. Yeah. It took me a while to notice because of course it's covered by bees and you have to kind of look, turn it to the light in a certain way so you can see into those dark cells. But yeah, there's definitely... Okay, dear bees, let's take a look at this frame. Alright.
Might be able to split this colony
Possibly,
and make another hive out of it
Yes.
because there's so many bees.
You could easily make what they call a split out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, so I see lots of pollen and nectar on this frame. I don't see larvae.
Don't see many drones out of this one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I haven't spotted one yet.
You haven't
Okay, so looks like we kind of gone through the brood nest and there's,
A couple frames, huh?
yeah, there's, yeah, in the bottom box. Right, so, okay, these.
They could probably use an extra box on top.
Yeah, a third box. We have a third box with frame, I think with frames. I wish I brought extra frames.
Hey, let's check this one.
That's so you can pull the frames out the top.
So you can separate the boxes easier because when there's
They stick
fur
together.
pollen, they stick together, so it's even harder to lift the top box. It gets pretty heavy with honey in there, and I mean, John lifts it up by himself, but I certainly struggle with that. So, all right, this is another frame of supplies. I see honey and pollen on one side, and honey and pollen on the other side. So here.
Mm-hmm.
That one I think I'll wear gloves for because these are
Yeah, these are the angry ones. That's a good point.
Start making queens.
So I'm gonna pull out this whiteboard here from under the hive, and we can take a look at what's in there. It's been a long time. I don't know when we last messed with these bees.
It was the last check was probably 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so
Was it really 3 weeks ago?
I think so. Definitely 2 or 3 weeks.
Some mites to show you guys. Here's some mites. The yellow stuff is gone. These. So this is just foundation. And look, the festooning, when they're holding hands like this, that's called festooning.
The student?
Yes.
Festooning.
And why do they do that?
all.
To keep warm and
That's kind of how they build wax, but I'm not sure why they're doing it right now.
Hanging on.
It's just
I
think I'm just gonna shake them in.
When they swarm, they do that. When they cluster in a ball, and they move into their new hive, they got to do that till they get some comb.
Yeah. So this hive was a lot less. It started later in the season, and the queen wasn't laying very well, so it had fewer bees going into the winter. Well, it sure has plenty of bees now.
Yeah, it's poked up.
Doing too
Yeah.
bad.
So there's some nectar here, and I started building up a little bit on this empty frame. And the next one has mostly foundation, but also I see some building of the comb. Okay, so yeah, they started building. On
it
this
comes off
side, and this is
the
new
new
wax,
babies.
so
They
that means
shed it off
there's
their
some
tummies.
nectar flow.
They have wax glands. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Look at that pond. Just amazing. Amazing.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, sure.
I'm sorry, I spoke poorly of that queen. I think our bees are doing well.
She poked up.
They're building fresh comb, so that means there's a flow of nectar
Yeah,
in
so
the
we're starting to
environment.
get some nectar. That's good.
And they're bringing in lots of pollen. Beautiful. And there's larvae on this frame. I
Oh,
see
good.
eggs and I see larvae.
Yeah, there's some on
That's
this
good.
This
side
is
too.
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Must have really liked your sugar block.
Look at that.
I know, it's
Oh,
all
you have
gone.
to see. Come on and look
Sure, all
closely.
gone. That's for sure.
Look into those cells and you'll see eggs.
You can come around over here. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, little tiny little rice grain. Like
I like that black.
and yeah, the black foundation is really convenient. Can you see them?
Okay, that's what I was asking. What is the black?
The black plastic foundation, yes. And there's larvae in there as well. Larvae are like little curled up worms in the water. Yes. Gorgeous.
And in the wild, they make those. All that.
Yeah.
That's more of a sugar patty with
is it?
a little bit of, just barely a hint of protein.
Oh,
And the
okay.
dark brown was a lot more protein. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I actually have some patties like that at home. Can I put that in with my new hive?
Yeah, if they're winter feed, like more of a sugar-based patty, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 'cause I wasn't sure to use.
Yeah, you can start using them now. You can start using them for sure. Yeah.
Should I? Oh, no.
Yeah,
I know.
probably
These
should.
guys are
Maybe.
kind of defensive. I don't know if they'll like that.
Yeah, they ain't as calm as
No,
those.
they're not. They're ready to
Maybe
rumble
I'll
if
just
you.
kind of wiggle them into position.
I mean, it's inevitable you're going to squish a couple when you do your hive examinations and whatnot, but you try your best. You know, you can do little movements and they can kind of get out of the way.
So this is on the bottom board?
Yeah, that's underneath.
Okay.
And there's a screen preventing them from
Yeah.
walking around on that. So, yeah, and the screen lets the debris fall through.
Okay. Yeah, I've got one of those.
Yeah, good.